Life begins with coffee. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have something a little bit different for you. I'm not going to be coloring, but I wanted to revisit this page that I did a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I would show you the final results when I'm done with the picture. Well, I did that. I finished the picture. But what I was waiting for, why I didn't do it back then, was because I was waiting for the company to send me the Acrylic paint markers. And I wanted to talk to you guys about paint markers because they're such a asset to colored pictures. The Acrylic comes with 16 paint markers in the set. Some of them may not be in there. I have them out on my desk. The colors are great. There's a bunch of metallics in here. Sometimes when you're coloring with wax, you're going to get to the point where you can't add details, and that's normal. It's adding wax on top of wax. You're better off, if you're having that type of problem and you really want detailed work, to use the Prismacolor Verithins. They're very inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon. Or some of the oil pencils are not bad as far as being able to add details. But Prismacolor soft cores are for blending. This is what they're specifically for. They're not really made to do high detail work, although artists use them all the time and attempt to do that. You are better off switching your pencil. But another way artists get around this problem with the detail is to use an acrylic marker. Fortunately, Acrylic contacted me and asked me if I would try their markers, and I was very willing to try them, of course. Now, a lot of you, and in the past we've talked about Posca and how to use Posca. This is basically the same thing in all different colors. Now, I realize Posca does have other colors too. Their product is great. I like this product too. The Acrylic markers, like with any paint markers, need to be shook up really well. These are water-based markers, and you just shake them. You can hear there's a little bead inside. And what I do is I just shake it up, and then I test it, and I get the line going. What I love about these markers is they're so thin, you can really get details, and they go on really well. I've done a lot of this already, but you could see, you could dot. You can make dots in dots. They're perfect for pupils. It does come with a white. Just shaking it up. Testing. Perfect. And here you have your white. And as long as you shake it up really well, it's very white. Like I haven't had any trouble with the color not showing up at all. I mean, they're great. Now, also, what you want to know with acrylic markers, no matter what you do, no matter what brand you use, acrylic paint will chip off paper if you've put a waxed surface down. That's just the way it is. But fortunately, you can combat that by using a seal spray on your pictures. And I suggest using a seal spray. I currently use Krylon seal spray in high gloss. That's the can that I have. I've used many different brands. I like the Krylon. You can get it in matte finish, high gloss, satin. It's available in Home Depot as well as Hobby Lobby or Michael's. The price at Home Depot is a little bit better, so you might want to check it out before you go and you buy a spray bottle of it. Normally, one spray can lasts me through the year, and I do a lot of pictures. So it's definitely worth the investment at least one time a year, or you might not even have to do it once a year. It could be less than once a year. It's definitely something you want to put on your list of things that you need. What I like about the Krylon also is that it doesn't damage my book. I've sprayed directly into my book. and it doesn't soak through the page. It sits right on top. It gives it a very high gloss feel. Now, something that you might not notice, or you probably have noticed, is you're coloring with your pencils and you put your book away. You go and revisit the page, and it doesn't look as vibrant as it did the day before or a couple of weeks later. And that's wax bloom. With wax, the pigment is mixed into the wax. You're not putting pigment directly onto the page. It's really the wax that's going onto the page with the pigment in the wax. And what unfortunately happens is sometimes the pigment falls down in the wax, and so you'll have like a waxy surface, and you could see it and the color is there, but it's underneath this fine line of wax, and it doesn't look as vibrant as it did the day before. What's really good about that is the Krylon spray, or some of these seal sprays do combat that. You spray it and your pictures come back to life. A lot of the seal sprays you could even work directly on again. So if you need to touch something, you say you've sealed it and you need to touch something up, all you do is color over it and then respray it. I've put like 3 coats of the seal spray on my books, and I haven't had any damage on the pictures at all. What you're also going to see is the page may curl a little bit, but when that seal spray dries, it flattens out again. So don't even get concerned that it's going to happen, because it will happen. Let's talk a little bit more about these markers and what you can do to take care of them. They're like any paint markers. You have to care for them. And what can happen on them is the tips get clogged. So you have a lot in it, and you might even notice that with your Posca. You know you have some in it. It's not that old, but nothing comes out. To get it to come out, and with the Posca too, you bounce it, and it'll go up and down, and you'll feel the tip go in and out like it's spring-loaded. And that's how you get the paint to go into the tip. Now I have one that I didn't open to demo with you. They come sealed like this. All you do is twist it, and then the paper comes off. Mix it up really well, especially the first time. You have to do it a little bit longer the first time. And the tip's going to be white. You have to bop it up and down a few times, and the paint will go into the tip. And there you have. This is a very pretty blue, or navy blue. I haven't used this one yet, obviously. Let's see. There, it covers the blue nice. Very nice. So this is great when you've got a muddy, small, tiny area that's become muddy in color. So like, let's see, any of these could have become muddy because of the colors that I've used. But say you have, I think I cleared up my mud. I've done a lot. Okay, so say you have this orange, and I added some gray in there on purpose. You just get out your orange marker, which I have over here I was using before. Clear the tip. Make sure there's nothing on it before you touch your paper. And you can brighten up this area. Now it's going to be a little raised before it dries, but once it dries, it'll turn flat again. You just gotta wait. The wait time for this drying is, you know what, about 10 minutes, and you can color over it, but just be careful. The next day, it becomes much harder. If you use these acrylic markers on, say, cloth, you don't have to spray it because it'll soak into the cloth. And you can actually use these on glass, ceramic, wood, paper, anything that you could paint, any paintable surface. I wouldn't use these to fill in large areas. It's not really the purpose of the paint pen. It's anything that you really want to write on, monogram, and anything like that. So I thought this was a fantastic product. I am very grateful to the Acrylic company for sending me this product. I did not have to pay for it. And they've also offered me, because I liked the product and I was planning on recommending it, they offered me a 10% code for my followers. Now, don't feel obligated. This is not an affiliate code. This is just a discount code for you guys. So I'll leave that in the description box below. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, what to put on. So we have the spray. We have the paint markers, and there's one other thing that's a lot of fun and that I wanted to show you. The next product I'm going to talk to you about is Podge Sparkle, and I love this stuff. I've showed it on one other page that I did, and I just wanted to demo it for you. It's really easy. You need to shake it up. Now, this is a specialty product by Mod Podge. I got it off of Amazon. I could not find it in Hobby Lobby, although maybe it's there in your Hobby Lobby or your Michael's. But I got this off the internet. It was a little bit more expensive than the regular one, but so worth the price. It's got a high gloss finish. And after you shake it up really well, okay, it'll come clear. Not clear, but opaque white. You don't even barely see the sparkles in it. And what I use to apply it to like pictures such as this is a dotting tool. It's actually a punch, or you can use any stick. I dip it into the Mod Podge, so I get a nice glop on it, and then I just hit the picture. You're not going to see the sparkles right when you do it. The sparkles will come once it's dry, and it'll dry perfectly clear with a high gloss on it. This picture was a great example to use this because I could put the glitter into the highlights and you'll have a sparkle in your highlights. The glitter in here is so fine, it's like dust, glitter dust. And it's multicolored, like you'll see every color in it. And it takes a couple of hours to dry completely, but I promise you it will be completely clear. So you just go to town, have a really good time on it, and when you come back, your page is all full of glitter and sparkle. If you're coloring cards, this is great to have. This is also like even on anything that you want to sparkle up. So this is one of my favorite products for adding onto a page. This may be a little bit difficult to see because I used the spray on it already. I didn't use the Krylon. I didn't use the Krylon. I used a clear gloss by Rust-Oleum. This is ultra shiny. And what I did was I took the page out of the book. Now you could definitely see just how this thing sparkles and shines as I move it around in the light. Now I'm not sure if you could see the glitter, but you can definitely see the shine. What I'm going to do with this page is I'm going to actually cut it into small pieces, mount it on some foam board, pop a hole in it, add some ribbon, and glue a peppermint candy on it. It's going to be used as the tag, like a tag for my kids' gifts, and then I'll write something nice on it. What I use to mount it is I use Alien's Tacky Spray, and this thing works great, and it sets up really quickly. That is my candy page and what I've had planned for this all along. And you can see the glitter a little bit over here. I wish I could show it to you guys in person. It's so sparkly. You can see it See the glitter over here. And that is sealed in forever. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If you want the link to the Acrylico, I will leave it in the description. Take care. Bye-bye.